Hey folks, welcome back to another Paul Mass video, and today we're gonna check out the EX version of Sygna Cyrus and Darkrai. Okay, as he says. I like this outfit. I don't know, I think initially when I first saw the outfit in the Datamined, I thought, maybe I actually like this new outfit more than the original, but like, now that I actually see it in game, I might like the original one a bit better. But I'd say both are very good. So that's a good problem to have, right? So, anyways, let's go check them out and off type, unfortunately, mass mode here again. So we're gonna go full HP parameters as usual, right? And the thing with his EX is like his EX is like fine. It's not like anything. It's just not anything crazy, right? Because like if you compare, because all the zone centers so far are attack, and obviously each one of them have very powerful nukes, right? Marnie's second, arguably strongest nuker in the game, right? Palatine's Marnie, and then Sygna Renegade Cynthia's nuke's very good as well, right? So is Lucas's, right? Both Cynthia and Lucas's, their nukes are actually pretty similar. The Cynthia's is a bit better than Lucas's, but not that much, right? But then if you do get to Cyrus, his nuke is still good, but it's nowhere near the levels of something like something like Palatine's Marnie. It's a bit more similar to like say classic Lisa's nuke, right? Something like that. But it's still good, right? But it's also nothing crazy. Let me look at the numbers. It's around classic Lisa or EX Thornton, right? Yeah, it's just that like if you look at sync nukers, right? Like the thing with Cyrus in comparison to like something like again a Lucas or Cynthia, if you look at sync nukers within their own types, right, that they set zones for example, Sygna Cynthia is the strongest ghost nuker, right? And Lucas is the second strongest dragon nuker, and then the Marnie's the strongest steel nuker. But then, like, for Cyrus, it's like, yeah, he's a solid, good enough nuker, right? But there's better ones, right? There's a lot, like, Master L is a much better nuker, right? Sydney's a much better nuker, and it's not even like, okay, they're a bit better. It's like, these guys are, like, almost 3 million damage higher than Darkrai's nuke, which, again, Darkrai's nuke is still very powerful, but there's just stronger ones, like, and especially like something like Sydney, like maybe, okay, Master Reality, a bit hard to set up, whatever, right? But like Sydney's nuke is just very easy to set up, and it just does so much more in comparison, right? So that's, again, I guess the thing with EXRs, but hey, if you're trying to run him in Gauntlet, obviously, maybe you don't want to run a second, nuker alongside him, you don't want to, waste that slot, he could definitely be very good in of itself, but in terms of nukers, he's just kind of whatever. And that's, I find, ever since using Darkrai, I find that's like one of the biggest issues with this guy is he's really not that good of a damage dealer, right? Even if he has the numbers on paper, but when you use it in practice, it's just too hard. Like some people compare it to Serena. I think Serena is much better than Darkrai in this aspect, because what Serena really has to do is turn one, you trap the opponent, and then you just alternate between overheat and hypnosis, right? But with Darkrai, the thing is, you have to sleep the opponent, you have to attack, but you also have to Dark Zone, right? And Dark Zone expires in 3 turns, right? Dark Zone, get 2 turns of use, maybe 1 more, right? Depending on the status of move queues and all that stuff, right? And then you have to Dark Zone again, right? So you just really don't have that much in between spaces to put in any damage from Cyrus himself, even if, again, his Dark Pulse damage is actually pretty solid, right? So that is, I think, the big issue with him. But on the flip side, Dark Zone is so much better than a lot of other things in this game. Like, for example, if you compare Serena again, Dark Zone is so much better than Trap. Let's be real, right? Dark Zone in of itself is very powerful. But yeah, he's more of I'm gonna work very well with a lot of these other dark type damage users that we have in the game, rather than someone that someone like a Marnie, right, who could pretty much carry damage on her own on the team, right? Or Giratina or Lucas, who could carry damage on their own. But anyways, been talking too much. Let's get to it. So yeah, basically the Sync Nuke over here, we're going to debuff their stats and stuff. So yeah, power play. We're gonna have again Elisa debuff the opponent's stats, and our HDMI connection just got dark footed again. Dark does that sometimes. What can we do, right? All right, let's do this. Let's get one of these in. Let's get the nuzzle in. All right. We could probably just Dark Void and have Sabrina buff the rest of the stats, honestly. Well, not probably. We straight up can. Right. There we go. Let's get Sixth Sense in there. Max out his special attack. Let's get Dark Wish up in there. Do we have enough to reflect? Yes, we do. That's good. That's good. Alright, just need to debuff the opponents a bit more. Hopefully. We're gonna close combat, which, thank you so much for debuffing your own stats a bit, right? For our Sync Nuke, right? So we just need to debuff the opponent's stats, and then we have, you know, Dark Zone up, and there's Sync Nuke. Hopefully we crit. Perfect World Dark Pulse. And we of course, why would we crit when I'm recording? All right. What can we do? Anyways, let's up Dark Wish here. Get the crit maxed out as well. Thundershock there again. There we go, got Dark Wish up, and hopefully we crit this time, which is not going to be as good as last time, just because, well, they didn't use close combat to further debuff their stats, and they buffed their defenses a bit. But I think we still have around enough, right, to get a solid nuke in here, so we'll see, we'll see. And, there we go, that's one shot still. Still a one shot, regardless. Oops, didn't mean Dark Void there, wrong move. Obviously, they're already paralyzed. Can't paralyze and sleep them. Although I think you can do that in Legend of Arceus. I think it's like more of like they replace the status instead, though. I think it's something like that. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. All right, let's get Dark Wish back up. Let's debuff some of those stats over there while we're at it. All right. Get what a second sync could get us here. Okay. Remember, we don't have any Dark Pulse multiplier, so that's why our Dark Pulse is hitting for like nothing. But yeah, we don't have Dark Pulse multipliers. This is just a Sync Nuke build for the 6-star EX tech, right? Perfect World Dark Pulse. Ironic. And not bad. Remember, this is off type. We one-shotted earlier, right? We one-shotted a off type, you know, max HP parameter mid, right? With that first sync, and obviously that second sync, also pretty solid as well, right? And now Dark Zone is gone, but you know, he's good again. I just do have, again, a bit of issue with the offensive side of things, but you know, in of itself, sleeping, flinching, stat debuff, even though it's not that great of a stat debuff, honestly, I don't feel, and obviously start setting Dark Zone, those things in of itself are good enough to justify him being a solid unit, but again, I do think it just detracts from like other things if you compare it to like some of the other zone setters. Which again, too bad you don't really have to, but still, which was better in that aspect at least. So, anyways, let's try a 2K clear over here. It should be a bit much easier, I'd say. Let's actually fight Ace Royal here instead. Let's do that. What else? Attack, gradual heal, power up, no healing thing. It's slightly weird. It's slightly weird to run Darkrai without sleeping the opponent, but I do think it's a bit better. I do think it's a bit better for our specific case here, right? All right. When again, we are showcasing the EX version, just so we get, you know, stat debuffs from Classic Lisa, right? Which she is one of the best in the game at doing that. So let's go. All right. So let's get 2K off type in here. All right. Let's see. Sixth Sense there. Perpetual Nightmare. Got one of those in. The Paralysis in. And the stat debuffs. Dark Pulse. We're getting Whirlpool. That kind of sucks. At least we used Reflect before they Whirlpooled us. On the right side. Alright. Let's max out crit here. Ouch. God, Reflect is so good. For Sprino. Alright. Not in of itself, but of course with the extra, you know, speed that we get for a team. Anyways, let's get the sync in. Maybe get a light screen in as well. Actually, probably shouldn't have done that. We don't have gauge now. Anyways. Alright, he's making them disappear. At least that's what I heard. I'm not 100% sure. That's what he said. Okay. I do think these guys have more special defense, on top of the fact that we also gave them, you know, strength. But also, I mean, we also didn't give them, like HP parameters, so I don't know. I was expecting a one-shot there, honestly. but we didn't get it, so what can we do? What can you do, folks? Can we take it out here, even? Nuzzle? Damn. Well, we're gonna die from the sync, that's for sure. Yeah, maybe it's just because they're a bit too special, you know, defensive over here. All right, let's try them against something like Kaylee, which probably isn't as tanky especially, because like that only hit like what 17k, which is yeah a testament to you know Asriel's special defensive prowess, I guess. Anyways, let's do this over here. Let's start with the Reflect. Air release this. That shouldn't be that big of a deal. Don't feel. All right, get that in. Get Dark Pulse in maybe. Probably should Dark Pulse like on the sides. I don't know. Anyways, regardless. Let's max out crit here as well. Then we can set up Dark Wish. It's paralyzed. That's nice. Did it just get flinched? Wow. Okay. They did X defense all here though, which does slightly suck for us, I guess. In a sense. Alright. Perfect Will Dark Pulse. Also, I did change the parameters a bit. We gave them a bit of a sync move countdown in exchange for strength as well. So there is that. Alright. Flinches are coming in with Dark Pulse. That's always great to see. Wow, with a crit. Alright. Get MP Fresh. Heal it up again. That crit hurt. Also, we should have Dark Zone before, because we need or not need, but we should be getting another sync in. Oh, also I hit the wrong target with that max move there. Alright, get Rock Slided again. Hopefully it doesn't crit again. So I want to get another sync in here. Hopefully our sync crits. Regardless if they're Rock Slide crits or not. Well, I can't be regardless, because or else we'd be dead. Alright. Let's get the sync in. Okay, Cyrus. I think it is Disappear. I think it's something... I think it's either Despair or Disappear, but I don't think he wants anyone to despair, so it's probably Disappear. Okay, well, there we go, folks. Alright. Well... there you go, folks. That's this one, I guess. Hope y'all enjoyed. Guys, think in the comments down below. Let's just finish have some more Pokemon going. Again, we will try out Cyrus with some other dark type nukers. I'm thinking about EXing Absol and Masrael, right? So we might do that, we might not. We'll see, right? So stay tuned for him with some actual dark type damage, because again, himself, his damage not that great. He does kind of want to rely on some other dark type damages on the side to make his damage a bit more consistent, right? The team's damage, but you know, outside of that, what he does is definitely nice. So have fun, folks, and I'll see you guys in the next one.